It all begins with a dream, a descent into the endless ocean, where silence feels heavier than time itself. Deeper and deeper, the ocean swallows me whole, yet a strange light calls me forward. At first, I thought it was ruins, but ruins don't breathe with light. And then I saw it. A city, not abandoned, not dead, but glowing. The citizens of Lumina. They shine brighter than any star I've ever seen, and in their lights, I understood. They are the origin of every human myth. Their light spoke to me, not in words, but in visions. They showed me fire, the gift they once gave to man. They showed me wings, angels of light descending to guide kings and prophets. Every myth, every legend, every god began here. And then they revealed their secret. They are not gone. They never left. They wait beneath the waves, preparing to rise again. In their brilliance, I felt a choice was being made, and I was at the center of it. Their lights formed words inside my mind, a message older than language itself. They told me, "We are the origin. We are the forgotten truth, and now we will rise again." But they cannot return alone. They need a voice, a herald. In that moment, I realized they had chosen me. I was to be their voice, their messenger, their bridge to the surface world. Their message poured into me, visions of a future they longed to create. But with their visions came warnings. Humanity has strayed too far. They told me humanity has forgotten its origin and its responsibility. They have waited centuries, hidden in silence, watching the surface. Now the time has come. They will rise, and I must speak for them. I was no longer just a dreamer. I was their herald. They revealed the surface world, a realm unaware of its silent guardians. They asked me to be their bridge between two worlds. I felt their hope and the weight of their trust. They showed me visions of the rise, the day they would greet the surface again. And in that moment, I knew I must speak for them. I felt the ocean itself breathe, as if the world waited for my words. I could feel their anticipation, a silent energy spreading through the city. They whispered through patterns of light, teaching me how to speak for them. Every pulse carried meaning, every shimmer a memory of our shared past. I felt their urgency. The surface world must be ready. I realized my words would carry their truth to the world above, and as I rose with them in light, I understood the weight of destiny. The city's pulse quickened, anticipation flowing through every street and tower. They beckoned me forward, toward the gates of the ocean's secret. Every step I took echoed with their centuries of waiting. I sensed the ocean itself was part of their plan, guiding us upward. And then I saw the first hint of the world above, waiting for our light. I felt their trust settle on my shoulders. I was truly their herald. The gates shimmered, ready to open, revealing centuries of hidden light. A surge of energy ran through me. The city responded as one. I felt the first movement. The city was awakening. Above, the surface world remained unaware, but that would soon change. They entrusted me to guide their light to the surface. I was no longer a dreamer. I was the voice of Lumina. A shimmer of the surface world reflected in the water, awaiting our arrival. I felt their trust strengthen with every pulse of light. I could see the city responding, every citizen ready for the moment. A column of radiant light stretched toward the surface, a bridge between worlds. I felt the ocean itself guiding our path, an ally in this awakening. And in that moment, I knew the surface world would soon see our light. The surface shimmered faintly, our light reaching toward the world above. I could feel their hearts pulsing in sync with mine. The first currents of awakening spread through the city. I saw the first hints of movement above. The surface was stirring. I was the bridge, carrying centuries of light and memory. And as I prepared to speak, the city held its breath with me. A quiet energy surged through every corner of Lumina. Streams of light wove together, a path from deep to surface. I could feel centuries of waiting in every pulse around me.
the first hints of motion above, waves responding to our energy. I realized the city and I were one heartbeat away from revealing ourselves, and in that silence, I prepared to speak, to carry Lumina's story above. The gates began to hum, an energy older than time itself. I felt the city breathe, alive and aware of its destiny. I could feel centuries of light and memory surging through me. Above, the surface world began to shimmer, sensing our presence. I was no longer a dreamer. I was Lumina's voice, and in the silence, I prepared to reveal Lumina's light to the world above. The water above shimmered with anticipation, the world unaware of our presence. Every pulse of light carried centuries of memory and hope. I felt the city lean into me, trusting me completely. Above, faint ripples danced, a world about to witness our light. I was ready to carry Lumina's story to the world above, and in the stillness before revelation, every being in Lumina waited with me. The final pulse surged through the city, everything aligned. The water shimmered as our light broke through. I was their herald, carrying centuries of light and memory. Above, the world caught its first glimpse and gasped at the beauty beneath. And in that moment, I realized dreams can hold the power to change worlds. Share your dreams, and perhaps one day you too will witness a world waiting beneath the surface.